What's up, YouTube? Hope everybody's having a blessed day today. So figured I'd get out on the road glide and do a little bit of riding today. And as I was riding, I just kind of started thinking about, you know, what are the things that I really love about my road glide that makes it special to me, right? So it is a 2021 road glide special. It's all blacked out, as y'all see in the video and all, but really just kind of wanted to talk about the things that I really love about this bike. There's a few things that I wouldn't say hated, but I didn't like them, and I'll talk about them a little bit also, maybe, but it was just some things that could be changed for me. So anyway, the first thing about this bike, comfort. Man, this is a comfortable bike to ride. It's you know, I've done the 1,000-mile Iron Butt Association challenge on that, and I'll do another video on that also. But this thing is comfortable, man. If you want to just roll out and crush miles, you can crush miles. It's you know, I've done the 1,000-mile IBA challenge, and it was just it was a long ride, don't get me wrong, but it was something that I didn't feel beat up. I didn't feel I did feel a little bit sore, but that's because I wasn't used to riding 1,000 miles in a day, you know. But anyway, just, you know, it's a very comfortable bike. It fits me well. It rides well. So when I think about the comfort of the bike, if I have to go on really long rides, this is the bike for me for comfort. So the other thing I like about this bike is the styling. So it has the shark nose fairing, of course, is what people refer to it as. And you know, when I first started thought about getting a road glide, I kind of liked it, but to be honest with you guys, I like the street glide look also. That bat wing fairing is very nice. It's a very nice bike. It's a very popular bike, you know. It's there's a lot of those bat wing fairing bikes out there, and they're out there because people like them. They work well for them. Now, saying that, I did have a 2021 street glide special, and it was an absolutely beautiful bike, but I could not get out of the wind buffeting with that bike. I bought multiple windshields. I've done a lot of things to that bike, and it's probably just the way I'm built, and I got a big head, and maybe it just the wind was catching it wrong, but I could not stop the buffeting. So I couldn't do long rides on that bike, even though it was bent for it. It would give me a headache. I'd almost get nauseated riding it for longer than about 3 hours. So for me, it just did not fit me. Now, I am sure there's probably something else that I could have done, but to make that bike fit me, but I was done with it. So I ended up working a really good trade. I didn't have very many miles on the bike. The dealership that I was working with, they're absolutely phenomenal dealership to work with, and they gave me an excellent trade-in. I did have to fork out a little bit more cash, but it wasn't that much. So yes, I probably could have saved a little bit of money by buying the road glide prior to buying the street glide, but in the end it all worked out, and I'm extremely pleased with this bike. So the other thing that I like about this bike is the fit. This bike fits me really well. I'm 6'1". I don't feel cramped on this bike. As y'all know, I got a lowrider S, and I've done a lot of things to that bike. And I went and rode that bike yesterday and around town and all. Just around town, I put, I don't know, 50-ish miles or so on that bike, just running around town, little back streets, messing around on it. And that bike is a very comfortable bike too, but I do feel a little bit more cramped on this bike. I am not a small guy. I'm you know, I'm 6'1", probably 260, so I'm not a small guy, not a small frame guy. So y'all can probably tell that by my videos, but it's you know, the styling of, or the fitment of this bike is really well, fits me really well. The other thing that I like about this bike is the aftermarket support for this bike. And I'll tell you, you can get this a lot of stuff for all Harleys. So this is the aftermarket community is very strong with Harleys in general. But I'll tell you, I think that if there's anything you want to do to the Road Glide, you can probably buy just about any part out there to do just about anything you want to with the bike. I've still got a few things I'm going to do to the bike, but I don't know. I really don't know if I'll do too much to it. It's I have the factory floorboards on this bike, and I've looked at a lot of the aftermarket ones, and those things are cool. So don't get me wrong, they're very cool, and all, but I actually just kind of happen to like the ones that's on here. So I can't see spending a lot of money just to change something that I'm kind of happy with, you know. But the aftermarket support with this Harley Davidson and the Road Glides and all, and I feel that I'm starting to see more and more Road Glides out there, newer Road Glides. It's just an opinion now. Y'all don't beat me up too bad, but it's just my opinion. But it seems like I'm starting to see more and more newer Road Glides on the road, and the popularity of the Road Glide is just becoming is becoming more and more strong, I should say. It's becoming a very popular bike. The other thing that I like about this Road Glide is really, if you look at the infotainment center on this bike, so you look at that right there. So it's all touch screen and all, and what I do like about it is I can plug my phone in to this bike, and you can do it on the street glides also, but you know, I can have my Apple CarPlay on there. I can see my GPS location. You know, I can use my Google Maps. Everything is right there. All my gauges are right there. And I know the street glides are awesome bikes too, guys, so don't beat me up on the street glide, Road Glide thing. They are awesome bikes. It was just not for me. But you know, the things that you can do with these bikes. Now, I will say on that, as much as I do like having all of that, I wear a full face helmet, and with saying that, and I've got a little bit louder exhaust on it, but I will tell you that the speakers on this, I guess this would be just a factory model. I don't know if I think you have stage 1, 2, 3, and 4s that you can upgrade the stereo system and all with it, the speakers. But after about 60 miles an hour, I just give up on being able to listen to the radio. Some friends of mine that have street glides and ultra classics and limiteds and all that, they don't have any problem hearing theirs. Now, the difference between us two is I wear a full face helmet. They do not. They'll wear a beanie I call it a beanie hat. Or they just won't wear one at all. That's their prerogative. And I'll tell you, I believe if I didn't wear a full face helmet, I could probably hear this one better. But I do wear a full face helmet. You know, you got to protect all these good looks. but that's really you know, their preference and all, and I don't knock them for it. They're friends of mine. I accept them. That's what they want to do. But you know, back to the stereo system is after about 60 miles an hour, I just give up on it and turn it down. So it doesn't really work for me. The other thing I like about this the Road Glide is the storage. Now, I do know that when I say storage, I got saddlebags on here. I also have an Advan Black. If you watch my videos, I do have an Advan Black tour pack that I bought for this bike. I don't typically run it unless I want to go do an overnight trip or something like that. So I typically do not run that that tour pack on the bike. It's at the house. I built a bracket for it to be able to hang it on the wall. I don't know, I got 15-20 bucks in building it, if that. It could be a little more, could be a little less, but I would say around numbers $20 in building that to be able to hold it. So anyway, back to the storage of this, I do got the extended saddlebags, which I don't know how much more you can put in the extended saddlebags than you can a normal set of saddlebags, but you know, I can put them in there. I've got the Chop Tour pack. I didn't go with the King. I know you have both of those on the Street Glides also. The advantage that I have on this one is on my fairing, I have two little glove boxes, I'll call it. I got one right here and I got one right here. Now I run an iPhone 11, and my iPhone can be plugged in and it will fit in there, along with a couple other small things, earplugs, things like that. And then this side right here, I can throw a wallet in it. I've got a little neck gaiter. I can throw more earplugs. I can throw a pair of glasses in there. I can throw quite a few things in there, and be able to have those at my disposal when I need them. So when I say that is, I do know you have all that stuff on a Street Glide, except for those two. The Street Glide does have one little bitty compartment right up in here, and to be honest with you, I couldn't put a phone in it. My iPhone would not fit in that little compartment. So I had a mount up here and I had to run the cable out to it. So anyway, I couldn't do that. But yeah, so that's the things that I really enjoy about this bike. It's a big bike. It's a heavy bike, but you know, I think this bike that's why it's a touring bike. Is it is built for getting out there and crushing miles, and the things that I like about this bike help me be able to do that. So not that I crush, you know, tens of thousands of miles a year on one, but I do like to ride this bike, and I'm also enjoying my Lowrider S. So anyway, well, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Please, if the content that you like is value added to you and you enjoy it, please consider subscribing. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate you guys watching the content. Please like and share the content if you deem it worthy, and I hope everyone has a blessed day. Bye.